Welcome back to Tethered and Whole. It's a podcast where we explore what it means to be fully present in a world designed to pull us into 1,000 different directions. I'm your host, Matt Weld, and today we're diving into a topic that's as old as humanity itself, the comparison game. As our students get older, they fall prey to it more and more. Junior high, you guys know it's a writhing mess of insecure tweens endlessly comparing themselves to each other and to the world around them via social media and the internet. You'd think that by the time they're grown-ups like us, they'd have it figured out, right? Nope. Often their teachers also lose their wholeness by playing the comparison game too. It's part of our human nature, isn't it? To judge, to classify, to compare. I mean, we have so many sayings about it. The grass is always greener on the other side, or keeping up with the Joneses. These aren't just cliches, however. They actually point to a fundamental part of our psychology. You see, back when our brains were evolving, we lived in small, tight-knit groups of maybe 80 or so people. Our universe for comparison was limited to that small group. It was a survival mechanism, a way to maintain our place and safety. And I've noticed something similar, even in the animal kingdom. My wife and I recently moved to a new home overlooking the Mississippi River, and I've spent a lot of time watching the birds, for which my kids make endless fun of me. What's fascinating is that different species, even on the same little sandbar, they stick together. The geese are at one end, the seagulls at the other. And my point is, even at the level of the bird brain, there's an ability to discern what, like me, and to find safety in that sameness. The good news is we have a forebrain. We can override those baser tendencies, and we can choose new patterns of acceptance and integration. But when we don't, these comparisons can lead to some painful consequences, specifically envy and jealousy. Now, we often use these words interchangeably, but they're distinct emotions. As an old English proverb says, envy shoots at others and wounds itself. That's a perfect illustration of why these emotions are worth paying attention to. So, let's dive into some definitions. If you're a regular listener here to this podcast, you know that I love the English language, and I'm a stickler for word choice and a true believer in the power of both the spoken and the written word. So, envy. Envy is when you wish you had something someone else has. It's a two-party comparison, you and the other person. For example, I might be envious of my neighbor's new car or of a friend who is a published author. Envy starts to rear its head when I'm scrolling on social media, seeing curated glimpses of perfect lives, while my own reality looks like a sink full of dirty dishes and a dad bod. This feeling of envy implies a lack of gratitude for what we already have. Years ago, I worked retail in a bustling mall. I was making peanuts, yet I was constantly consumed by what I didn't have. When I left that job, I was no longer bombarded with glitzy shop windows and shoppers passing by the store with arms full of bags. And that removal from the constant hubbub of consumerism, it allowed me to step back and find gratitude for everything I already had. Less comparison meant less judgment. All right, jealousy, on the other hand, that's a three-party emotion. It's when you feel protective or insecure about something you have or want to have in relation to a third party. So for instance, I might feel jealous when my colleague gets more compliments from the boss than I do. So there's me, my colleague, and the boss. The core of jealousy to me is a lack of self-confidence. If I know I've done gold star work, why should I care if my colleague gets a compliment? That's a sign that I need to do some inner work on my own self-worth. With both envy and jealousy, you're defining your life by what you don't have. And here's the kicker. We're no longer just comparing ourselves to 80 people. We're now comparing ourselves to potentially 7 billion people on a global stage. I've noticed that I tend to play this comparison game harder when I'm feeling weak, physically tired, emotionally exhausted, or in pain. And it's during those low times that I often find myself on my phone scrolling, and suddenly that downward spiral into self-pity and unworthiness begins. The search for connection intensifies, but often leads to unhealthy places. So, how do we get off this treadmill of comparison? I want to leave you with 3 key thoughts and 2 strategies for a healthier mindset when it comes to the comparison game, which we all play. First, remember that you are unique. You are truly alive when you express your authentic self, not when you try to be somebody else. Second, we have community for the hard times as well as the good times. Learn to lean on your support system. And third, self-awareness. That, my friends, is your superpower. It enables you to stop that downward spiral before it becomes a free fall. So with those 3 thoughts in mind, here are 2 practical strategies that you can use today. Number 1, gratitude check-in. The next time you're scrolling on your phone or you're at school at the end of a long, hard day and you feel that pang of wanting something that someone else has, stop. Ask yourself, why did this post, or why am I feeling this way? Then ask, what in my own life am I proud of? Or what do I hold close to my heart? How did I make someone else's day better today? And feel thankful for something as simple as maybe even the ability to read. Then just sit in silence with that gratitude for a bit. Strategy number 2, the 2 questions. Ask yourself these 2 simple questions. Number 1, who is your go-to person when things are tough? And number 2, for whom are you the go-to person when things are tough? Interestingly, the government of Bhutan, which is a little bitty country along the Himalayas on the southern border of China, actually uses these questions to measure their gross domestic happiness. Yeah, that's a thing. Gross domestic happiness. People who can answer the first question are happier than those who can't. And people who can answer both questions are even happier. It's a reminder of the power of genuine connection in a world of endless comparison. It's human nature to make judgments, but it's our choice whether these judgments lead to discontent or to a deeper sense of self and community. Thanks for listening. Until next time, be well.